Been up for about an hour and a half this morning, and right now heading to the gym. Had a really good start, even though I only got 6 hours of sleep last night due to me waking up earlier, trying to go to bed earlier just because I'm more productive in the morning, and my sleep schedule got a little messed up. But anyways, heading to the gym, feel alert, haven't had any caffeine or Adderall yet, and got my chores done this morning. Also, I had a nice big mug of bone broth with plenty of salt to it, so getting my electrolytes in. And I've also had about 24 ounces of water. So I find those are also two very easy, non-stimulant ways to, well, I mean, you can use water as a stimulant, as I think it boosts your metabolism, but two non-addictive ways to increase your mental focus in the morning and kind of get your day off to a good start. So I'm gonna head to the gym, get a workout in, stop off at Whole Foods, pick up some liver, because I do eat about 4 ounces of raw liver 2 to 3 times a week. And I'll link a video in the description talking about how I prep it and how I cook it. Not cook it, how I prep it and how I cut it. And yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for 8 years. I think 8 years. Back in high school, wrestling, I started doing this. And you feel amazing after consuming 4 ounces of raw liver. Again, talk to your doctor, because this is raw meat. But I personally, my brother personally, has never had any negative effects due to consuming it. We buy it from good sources, and use your nose and your brain to inspect the meat beforehand. But it is so much better and doesn't even come close to comparing to freeze-dried, which is like very half-assed in terms of I can take like 8 capsules of freeze-dried liver and not really feel it afterwards. I have never eaten 4 ounces of liver and not felt, I've never not felt it after about 30 minutes. And you'll notice, at least I notice, because I have very good body awareness, my brain feels better, I feel sharper, my mind seems to be working faster, and it's great for waking up with giant erections in the morning. That's what I'll say. It's the best vitamin that it's the only vitamin I really take, because it has very high bioavailability. But anyways, I'll touch on later. But this is day 8 so far. Just got done with the gym and feeling pretty good. Used the sauna for about 15 minutes. And I noticed I wasn't sweating as much as I normally do. But, I mean, that could be carnivore, that could be other things. My God, that shadow's horrible in the face. I'm right now heading to Whole Foods to pick up the liver. But my abs are still a little bit sore from doing the ab wheel on Tuesday. So I skipped it today in order to be stronger for the open mats on Saturday and Sunday. But besides that, I've been going pretty hard at the weighted pull-ups, weighted chin-ups, incline bench, shoulder presses, pistol squats, curls, and I have like no muscle soreness in those areas. It just seems to be if I go really just the ab wheel and how specific it is. But I also don't train to failure, because I believe a good workout philosophy is you should feel energized after your workout. So even if I do enjoy hitting the ab wheels so that I have a teeny bit of soreness, because it just feels nice when you're doing something and then your abs feel a little sore and you're like, that was a good workout. But I try not to ever get to the point where my legs don't function properly or I can't really use them, because I think what's the point of the workout? And the point of the workout is to get me stronger and to then use those muscles to apply to jiu-jitsu and life. And if I'm so weak after a workout that I can't do anything with my legs, then I just think that's stupid. But we'll touch back later and see how the rest of the day goes. So here I'm going to show you how to prep the liver. So I just got it back from Whole Foods, and I let it sit out on a cooling rack so that it'd be off the counter and could evenly thaw out a little bit. But you want it so that it's like still frozen, like still stiff, but not like frozen rock hard. And you want a really sharp knife, and if you don't have proper knife skills, don't attempt this. But like, if you have a good sharp knife and you're smart and you pay attention to it and you think about what would happen if it slipped, I've never cut myself while doing this. And I make sections about, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch thick. And you want to do it while it's still able to keep its shape like this. Because if you try cutting liver without, it's literally so difficult, and you will not get even slices. So I'll cut it up like this, and then afterwards I'll put each individual slice inside a sandwich bag, and then I'll put those sandwich bags on a metal tray in the freezer, and that's how I store them. Right now I'm just cutting up all the pieces and tossing them into a bowl so that I can then wipe down all the blood, because it will look somewhat like a murder scene in your kitchen. And also, heads up, wear an apron or a red shirt, because I had to spend 10 minutes today soaking mine in, you want diluted ammonium, if you get any blood on your shirt, because I get some blood droplets on my shirt, and I was so annoyed because this is a new cotton shirt, but I was able to get them out with a diluted mixture of water and ammonia, and I just soaked it for about 2 hours and then rinsed it out, and it got everything. So give it a try. So dinner time, day 8, and I didn't have a steak defrosted, so I went in the fridge and cooked up some eggs and a little bit of sausage. And the sausage doesn't have any carbs in it, it's just some seasonings. But having finished all that, I noticed I don't feel as good as I normally do. Like, I feel slightly heavier, is how I would describe it. Like, yeah. So, I don't know, I'm going to be cutting out sausage for the next 22 days and strictly going just steak, because I am not the biggest fan of how I feel right now, even if I can't articulate exactly the subtle nuances of it. All I know is that I was feeling better before I ate that. And it's these subtle nuances that you can really pick up on when all you do is eat the same food every single day, and you're not spiking your blood sugar, you're not spiking anything else. So it's either the eggs or the pork or the seasonings that I had, but whatever it is, I'm cutting out all 3, and hopefully I'll never have this again, and I'll just continue with the steak. But I mean, for a lot of people, I talked about this earlier, they see it as the bacon and eggs diet, and you can feel a lot better if you go to steak instead of bacon and eggs, because you just don't feel as good. Yeah. So anyway, that ends it for day 8, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.